Have you ever thought about what your life's like compared to other people in history? Even your own ancestors, even your own family. I mean, if you think back to like your grandparents, in my case, who they lived during around about the Second World War time, you know, maybe just before and just after the Second World War. So just how different things were. I mean, obviously during the war, there was a lot of people that had to fight and had other jobs, you know, with regards to that. But a lot of the jobs, you know, the technology wasn't really there like it is these days. So there's a lot of jobs that were technology related that just didn't exist. And any jobs would tend to be more manual, you know, than they are today. In some cases, though, I think, like in the 60s and 70s, life was so much simpler. It was, you know, not as many people had debt. Now we live in a debt-based society. Most people probably carry debt, and if you did a survey of everybody's net worths, I would assume that there's higher percentages of people have got a negative net worths. They'll have some sort of debts, whether it's mortgages, cars on finance, credit cards, debit cards, stores, loans, etc. Whereas none of that existed in the past, so they didn't have to worry about that. Okay, they might have been similar to us, they might have still been working to survive in the same way. In that these days people tend to work just to pay the debts, basically, for things which they've bought which they couldn't afford, which is kind of weird, but that's the world we live in. Whereas back then it was like much more simple living. There were so many things that didn't exist, and a lot of things that they wouldn't have. Car ownership wasn't as popular. even having things like televisions wasn't as popular, believe it or not. I mean, a lot of younger generations might find that hard to believe, but you know, me being just nearly 50, I'm 48 at the moment, I'm old enough to remember things like TVs, VCRs, things like that coming in. Not even talking about things like the internet and that. And if you go way back, you know, 100 years or more, even when you think that the things that you have and have access to, we're literally living like a king compared to them. Because the things that they had access to, the best of the best, was okay, but there was a lot of things that are really good that just didn't exist. We can travel to places so easily than they could. You know, back in the day, if somebody wanted to travel, let's say travel abroad, it'd probably be aboard a ship, and it'd be taking weeks and weeks, and there'd be lots of harshness that would come with that. And I'm sure that even travelling in this country, where we can just jump in a car and jump on the motorway, back then it was something that just simply wouldn't have been done. It would have been horseback, and it would have took time for them to get to where they were going. So yeah, it's just to have a little thought about how different our lives are now compared to what it was like in the past for people. So yeah, give us a little thought and comment down below with what you think. And if you like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can catch more of my content. Apart from that, thanks for watching.